Hi, and thank you for tuning in to Ask Pastor Sharon today. Hey, I have a question for you. Do you ever get bored? Do you just get tired of sitting around the house all the time doing nothing or doing the same thing from day to day to day? Wow, sometimes I do too. But I have a question that's coming from California. And the question is, my husband loves to stay at home all the time. I like to be around people, and this has become a problem in our marriage. What should I do? Well, Miss California, I'm so glad that you wrote in today for this question because I think there's a lot of people that have this same issue. As we get older and we start to change, we start to evolve. Like when we're young, we like to do all kinds of things. My husband and I always entertained people at our house. We had game night and things like this. And so people would come over and we would have dinner and so forth. And we just always like to do things. But the older we get, sometimes we like to slow our lives down and just enjoy our home. But what happens when you have a spouse that actually wants to continue to go out and do things? Number one, sometimes children will slow you down. Trust me, when you're single or when you first get married and you're husband and wife and you're traveling, you're going to Hawaii, you're going to Haiti and all these different places, it's fun. But children have a tendency to slow you down. And sometimes you may have one spouse that, may feel that they're stuck doing all the work. And then the other one is still out golfing or doing whatever. So you have to find a way to bridge that. So in this situation, this young lady calls in and says that she likes to get out and do things, but her husband likes to stay home. Well, the older we get, we change. And sometimes in relationships, we thrive and look for the person that we used to know, the person they used to be. I'm not the same person I used to be, right? When I was 25, I was definitely doing different things than what I'm doing now. So we have to learn how to evolve and move in a relationship like we should and not necessarily have it be creating as a problem in our marriage. We don't want that. So we want to bridge that gap. So we have to learn how to do other things that still, bring love in the marriage. For one, how about inviting others over to play some games or play cards or maybe for dinner? Okay, there's so many different things that you can do as couples sit out in the patio out back or something like this or by the pool side and just have good conversation. The question was, he likes to stay home, she likes to go out, but sometimes in order to bring the marriage together, we have to compromise. So he didn't say he didn't like to be around people. He just said he didn't like to go out. So you're going to have to come up with creative ideas to bring people over so that you guys can still have a good time. And then there's going to be times when you just don't want to sit home and watch television. I'm that person. I don't like to sit home and watch television. So you learn how to hang out with girlfriends, right? Go to the movies, go to lunch, maybe go to a play or do something different. But don't try to make him be like you. He's different. He's a totally different person. And men don't have the same need for socialization and communication like we do. We have to conversate, right? We have to talk. We have to get it out. We love to chat. Men don't always need that. They're comfortable with a remote control, a pizza and wings, and solitude. Okay? So love him and continue to love him for who he is. The other thing you can do is start thinking about some of the things that maybe he used to do when you first met him and bring back some of those things. Maybe he liked to go to the museum. Maybe he liked to go golfing or something. Encourage that. Maybe get him a gift certificate to a golf club and he can take a friend and go golfing and things like this. So sometimes you're going to have to be the one to initiate that. Okay? Don't expect him always to be the one to do it. And as women, sometimes we are the ones that set the tone for the house anyway. So if you want to go to dinner, you're going to make the reservations. Can't expect him to do it all the time. Make the reservations, tell him, hey, honey, I'd like you to take me out tonight. And you make the reservations, set it up, and go out and have a good time, okay? I'm so excited for this question because this sort of happened in my home. My son was getting ready to move out of the house, and I recognized that my husband loved to play pool. I never played pool in my life. And so I thought in order to be able to be the person to play pool with him, I had to learn how to play. So I asked my son to teach me. And so I didn't want him to have to go out and try to find a friend to go down to the bowling alley where all the smoke and everything is. But instead, I secretly bought him a pool table and surprised him with it. And then my son taught me how to play. And so guess what? I'm so good, I beat him sometimes. I'm sorry, babe, I had to tell it. I beat him sometimes. But that's what I'm saying. In order for us to keep the happy home and have a strong marriage, I had to do something that I have never done before. And sometimes you're going to have to do something you've never done. And that's okay. That's what makes marriage love and exciting. So thank you so much for asking that question today. And I want you to have a great Sunday today. And remember to subscribe. It's AskPastorSharon@gmail.com. Remember, hit the button and subscribe. AskPastorSharon@gmail.com. And remember, whatever you do, do it with class. Be blessed.